What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast and Mr. Cincinnati. And as always, I'm joined by the podcast dad himself, Choops. How we doing, buddy?
It's raining out. We needed this rain in Cincinnati. It hadn't rained in like 30 days. So this is nice.
Didn't it rain like last week?
Well, it rained yesterday. But yes, I mean, you know what?
No,
you don't have a lawn. I have a lawn. This is good for my lawn.
What is it with homeowners and their lawns?
It's important to us. You'll understand one day. Ask MJB. He knows.
His isn't.
That's good. That's good. You just unplugged your mic. Great job. Great. How many episodes are we in? God damn it. So I'm going to run the plugs while Mr. Cincinnati is fixing his mic. Folks,
That better now, dickhead.
Whoa. That was aggressive.
I know it was. You earned it.
That was aggressive.
Continue with the plug.
Anywho, go buy a mug. Go buy a beanie because it's getting cold out, folks. Go buy a beanie. Go buy a hoodie. You can buy a tank top if you got your heat on. I wouldn't go outside in the tank top. But if you need any of our great merchandise, please go to our website right there. Lovely ticker at the bottom. It is also pinned on our Twitter, I would assume, and I think. Next.
Okay. You know what? Okay.
You gotta pump up the next link for me. Come on. Follow the Main Event Network on X, on Instagram. I think are we on Facebook? I don't know. But
we're on all social media platforms.
Don't interrupt me. Follow us on all social media platforms. We have blogs, we have fan art, we have memes, we have Tino time. Anything you guys can think of, we're doing it. OTM, shout out to you guys. Next.
Okay. Fine. Next one we've got. I'm doing. You know what?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Mr. Cincinnati, hit me with that magic number. This feels weird. I hate it. But you tell one person about what we're doing here, and we would greatly appreciate it. Grow with us. Grow for us because we want to continue to keep doing this. We want to continue to support independent wrestling. We can only do that if you guys help us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Hit the link. Hit the ding. Hit the dong. I don't care what you do. Just do it.
Yeah,
Next.
this experiment's over. All right. Yeah, no, you're done. Make sure
Gorilla
you go to GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Use promo code WJP.
Use our promo code WJP 2024 to buy some of their great merch. Folks, if you are in the wrestling business and you need merchandise, these guys are the guys you need to go to. If you need to fill that merch table out, please go here. They know what they're doing. They create great shirts. We have a bunch. It's awesome. And these guys are also really cool guys. So, hey, where's my hat? I need that. But we love you guys. Please keep following us. I'm sorry if that plug was terrible. But Mr. Cincinnati decided to break his mic today. So now I'm in charge. And this is what being the host of the Wrestling Junkies podcast does.
And anyway, now that we're back at it, Coastal Empire Wrestling this weekend, talk is cheap. VFW Post 660 in Savannah, Georgia, $20 front row tickets, $3 Wells, $3 Miller Lights. An incredible night of action, and I guess Akeem Young's going to be there too. You don't want to miss out. There's some serious implications for the Coastal Empire Wrestling Heavyweight Championship here. You don't want to miss out. You can catch our official pre-show Coastal Countdown tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on our YouTube channel. We will be breaking down all of the matches and everything that we've got going on with this incredible event. I guess I can remove the podcast dad from Mike Jail now. Have you learned your lesson?
Huh?
Okay. Marcus Mathers, All I Want 3. Tonight, H2O Wrestling Center, Williamstown, New Jersey. I'm telling you, this is an incredibly stacked card with the likes of Marcus Mathers, Kylie Ray, Cruel, Sam Holloway. It's incredible night of action. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned to IWTV for details on how you can catch this event on streaming. Last but not least, our friends at Action Wrestling have 2 incredible shows this weekend. Hello, my friend. Tomorrow night with the likes of The Wall, Tyler Stevens, our friend Landon Hale, Bobby Flacco, Rob Killjoy, who's probably going to win this weekend, and Hakeem isn't. Who knows? But you don't want to miss it. Yeah, Fayetteville, Georgia. Check it out. Your thoughts?
Anytime Landon Hale's on a card, you need to go watch it. I'll just say that.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Pretty much, yeah. And then Sunday, Das Barbecue, free admission for this show as well. We've got the likes of Dylan McQueen, Sensei, Aaron Wade, Tyler Stevens, Casey Owens. And Casey, I can confirm we do have the footage of the pep rally and who he wrestled in front of a bunch of high schoolers or middle schoolers, I guess, at Sale Creek Middle School. I think we're going to have to schedule some time to air that next week.
I think
we have it. We do have it.
And, shout out to the Sensei. He backs up what he says. So
yes, it does.
I can't get mad at him.
Check out Dojo Rising, and that'll be coming up on IWTV in the coming days as well. I think that's all that we have in the way of plugs, buddy. Dynamite Grand Slam is in the books. This was a card that we talked about yesterday, and it felt like a pay-per-view atmosphere on free TV, and they didn't disappoint.
They did not. No, there were a lot of fun stuff on this show for sure. I think we should get right into it and talk about the match.
Yeah. Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness. This kicked off the show, 60-minute time limit. This is, again, 15 years since they last locked up. This is a rivalry that spans 20 years. Probably the last time that we were ever going to see these guys go one-on-one, and they didn't disappoint.
No, it was a great match. You could tell, hey, Nigel hasn't been in there in a while. But he's still better than, 75% of the wrestlers out there right now. Like it's like riding a bike. It doesn't go away. The fun match. It was good. I was happy to see it. It opened a little surprising. I definitely thought this was going to main event, but I love the beginning of the match where Nigel's calling him out, and then the final countdown hits, and he gets the shock over his face. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and kind of that nostalgia thing, and the ending, the ending segment. I don't completely understand what's going on with Kip Sabian and Christian, but a little weird. I don't know if I like this contract thing. It kind of seems like a ripoff of the Money in the Bank.
That's because it kind of is, but at the same time, I'm not going to fault AEW for doing what every other wrestling promotion out there does as far as a on-demand championship opportunity. And that would be that'll get us some heat with the AEW faithful for wanting to, say it's okay in some respects and not others. That's just me. I have no problem with it. I think the execution, I actually like the execution of this because there's attention to the detail of, okay, I've got to actually sign this contract before I turn it in, which is what you're supposed to do with legally binding documents is to what? Sign them.
But isn't Danielson supposed to sign it then?
It's a good point. It's a very good point. Yeah, it's a good point. I'm not going to say it's not.
Shit, at this point, I should have. I'm going to get in the mall. I'm going to take you down, buddy. I don't know, man. It's Thursday. Everything's weird right now. It's fine. Would I have given it to Christian? I don't know. But here we are. It'll make for fun television. I like that Danielson has like 80 things going on, because he's going to say, hey, when I lose this title, I'm retiring. And you got like 5 challengers at the moment going, okay, I want to retire Danielson. It kind of puts a little bit more weight on winning the title, and you get to retire Danielson. So I do like that aspect of it for sure. We've seen the Money in the Bank thing, and I know it's hard to recreate things at this point in wrestling or create something new in wrestling, but I want to see something different. But I don't have an idea. I don't have an idea.
So here's what Kyle's got to say. I agree with Podcast Dad. I think should have main evented. Could have told that story throughout the show if he will be clear to compete. Sure. That's another.
Yeah, they could have done backstage scenes of him talking to the doctor or whatever. With everything with Mox going on, they could have done something with that. They still could have done the Christian Cage angle. They didn't. Or they, since he didn't main event, they still could have done that. But no, I also agree. It was not their best match, but neither man are in their prime anymore. But yes, it was a fun throwback, and it was fun to see it because we never thought we would ever see it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go so far as to put this, into our year-end match of the year consideration or anything like that. But certainly it was one of the better TV matches of the year that we've gotten.
Yeah.
And we've seen wrestlers that have come out of these lengthy, damn near decade-long retirements, and they don't necessarily look the greatest when they get back. That wasn't the case with Nigel. I mean, Father Time catches up to everybody, and even Taz said it on commentary that, when you're an announcer, it is harder to, get yourself back into that ring shape if you're coming off of that lengthy absence from having been in the ring, and you're used to that training and you haven't done it for a while. So, there's going to be some natural regression, but it wasn't enough to slow down this match, I don't think.
No, it was good. Not great, but I didn't expect match of the year candidate out of this match. It was just a cool thing that we wouldn't ever have seen if AEW wasn't around. I don't think so. Something really cool. Hook retired the FTW Championship.
How happy are you?
God. Thank God. This title doesn't need to be anymore. I'm so happy it's gone. Good. Match was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it basically turned into a hardcore championship. That's all it was.
Yeah.
We don't need
that's all that it was ever meant to be. It's just something different. I mean, it had its purpose, although a very limited one. But here we go. Here's your opportunity to see what they do with Hook. This is what you've been waiting for is what are they going to do with him now?
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
We are going to find out. I mean, is there anything that comes to mind immediately of what you would like to see him do? I mean,
TNT.
I just want to give you this platform because you've been so vocal about
go after the TNT Championship. I mean, him and Jack Perry have history. That kind of was the whole scapegoat issue, if I recall. So there's a history there, and this time Hook can go after his title instead of vice versa. Like, do that. Like, you have two great young talents. Do that.
Yeah, I mean, Hook is naturally over, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I mean, here's the chance to really create a single star to go after the established championships of AEW. Or
there seems to be a new faction getting put together. Tell me you wouldn't want to see Hook with MVP. I mean, tell me you wouldn't want to see that. MVP would be a great mouthpiece for Hook.
Yeah. I don't.
Part of that hurt
that's
syndicate
one thing
they're putting together.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need Hook to. Hook doesn't need to talk, and I mean, I think like that moment last night was cool. Don't get me wrong, but I think as far as the presentation that they've been building with Hook, very, very, very minimal activity on the mic or like the occasional pre-tape where we hear his voice. Like what he did at the beginning of the year when he got that title shot against Samoa Joe, that was impactful. That was cool because you didn't really get a whole lot of that with Hook. I don't necessarily need him, doing the traditional, interviews like he did with Shivani. I understand it last night, just given the context of retiring the title, but yeah, that could be a lot of fun here. And if we're going to talk about MVP, who is now all elite, we'll have to talk about the fact that he interrupted Prince Nana and told him, "Hey, tell Swerve he's ready to talk. We're ready to talk business." MVP, Lashley, Swerve, Shelton. Hook could be that Shelton role if they don't bring him in.
Yeah, I don't think MVP is going to wrestle. I don't know if we're at that point anymore. So it may be Lashley, Swerve, Hook, and then maybe somebody else. I mean, he had Samoa Joe and TNA in their group when MVP was leading it. They fit right in. You could easily have Hook and Samoa Joe be a tag, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. Swerve would be that main person, I think.
With me, I don't know. I think putting Hook with MVP, there's just like, I don't know. I'm not the way that they presented Hook over the last few years. Like, I don't necessarily want to see him transition to wearing the suits and trying to do that presentation that we're likely going to get of this, whatever they're going to call themselves.
I don't see that.
No. Well, maybe not a suit, but I could see him doing the what we would see a lot of Randy Orton do, the button down shirt, rolled up sleeves with a vest on. I see that more with Swerve than I do with Hook, just because at least with Swerve, like he's already got that crossover mainstream fashion sense appeal that he can transition into that drip, and I'm buying it. Hook, not so much.
I'm trying to think what that group was called in TNA. I cannot remember off the top of my head. But they didn't wear suits. So it was the Beatdown Clan. It was Samoa Joe, Kenny King. I don't know what his name, Loki, I think his name was in TNA.
Loki.
MVP. Like, that was a good group. And they didn't wear suits. I don't know. Like, I don't think you're going to want to be exactly what the Hurt Business was, right? You want to kind of twist this and be something different. I don't think you change Swerve at all. I think let Swerve be Swerve. Lashley can be the one in the suit because he looked good in a suit, and it makes sense that he's in the suit, right? MVP can be in the suit. You could have Hook be in, like, Hook and Joe could be in there in the sweats or something like that. Like, that would make sense. I think our point is, what are we going to do with Hook next? It's kind of the same thing MVP said. All right, you want to get to the next level? Come with me. I'll take you there because I've done it before and I'll do it again. Kind of like he did with Cedric Alexander. Like, Cedric Alexander wasn't doing anything. Got with MVP and got established. And I think we all wanted Cedric Alexander to do something better. Same with Shelton, do something better. And he can go, Hook, you got all the talent in the world. You got the bright future. Come under my wing. I'll show you how it's done. Come under my wing with Bobby Lashley. Come under my wing with Swerve Strickland, with Samoa Joe, something like that.
Yeah.
And that could be, like you said, that Randy Orton part of this group. Oh,
fair. Yeah.
Just me fantasy booking.
I like where your head's at. Yeah, no, I like where your head's at.
It's probably all wrong because I don't book, but hey, a boy can dream.
I suppose so.
He can. I'm allowed.
I guess.
Let's talk about the tag match.
Young Bucks retain the tag team titles against United Empire. I don't think anybody's surprised here. I think that you and I expected a full-on implosion of this team at the end of this match, but we're getting damn close.
Did not happen. No, Kyle Fletcher wanted to use the screwdriver. Didn't happen. And I guess we'll have to wait to see next week to see the reaction. But I mean, this was a good match. I think I'm spoiled by Young Bucks matches at this point, but kind of is what it is. Like, it's Will Ospreay in a match. It's going to be great. I don't know if this is kind of my cup of tea for a tag match. I kind of like more of the FTR style tag match where it's not as many spots, but yeah, I mean, overall, still a fun match to watch.
Yeah. Don Callis trying to slip the screwdriver to Kyle Fletcher, and Will Ospreay, having that integrity and stopping them, even if it costs them the W. It sounds like we're probably headed for Wrestle Dynasty with these two.
I hope so.
About 2 weeks out,
Ospreay does have a title
over time too. Yeah, and I mean, we'll have to see kind of what happens next week. He is defending against Ricochet at the 5th year anniversary of Dynamite. So assuming that he walks out of it there, I could see Kyle Fletcher being like, you know what, you cost me some gold. I'm going to take yours as a result.
And I could see Kyle Fletcher winning that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ospreay doesn't need it. It would benefit Kyle Fletcher so much more. Ospreay doesn't need that title. Ospreay would need a world title. He doesn't need this one. So I would not be surprised if Kyle Fletcher did like a shock upset or something like that.
You heard it here first. Make sure to clip that, everybody.
Clip it.
Yeah. What else happened?
Mariah May defended her championship.
Yes, that was a fun match. We did see Willow Nightingale come to the aid of Yuka Sakazaki, and seems like we might be getting Mariah versus Willow in the very near future. Mina Shirakawa did come out. That was a bit of an awkward kind of couple of minutes there. They hit the theme music. It seemed like it was accidentally on purpose. It was weird.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is Mariah May hit the Storm Zero to win.
Yeah.
So that's obviously still there. We don't know when Tony Storm will be back. My only concern with this is Willow's not going to win the title. And she just lost a major feud. I'd have much rather seen Willow go after Mercedes. So that's kind of my hang up is, man, I wanted to see Willow and Mercedes, not Willow and Mariah May. I think Willow and Mariah May will be good. It's just not what I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I think I'm going to go opposite direction here because, I mean, we've been looking for Willow to finally get that opportunity at the big one. I mean, yeah, she is. Is she still the New Japan? Or no, not New Japan, AAA.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. That's why Kyle tweeted shouldn't Statlander get that shot before Willow? Sure. Yeah. I mean, logically, that would make sense, but
the
I mean,
rankings would say so.
What rankings?
What are those? Yeah, what are those? I remember when that came back.
I don't know.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh, come on. You don't get that reference? Oh, I hate you right now. I don't even want to do the show anymore. I quit.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Everybody, thank you so much. But actually, wait. Main event. John Moxley defeats Darby Allin. He gets the world title shot at Wrestle Dynasty. That doesn't surprise anybody. Relax, Angry Slacks.
No, I'm not wearing slacks. I'm wearing pajama bottoms.
Take it easy, Parcheesi.
I don't know. I've never played Parcheesi. Is that a game?
Yeah, it is. But just.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Parcheesi? Do you even know?
I don't know. No, don't have a cow, man.
No, I had twins. Can't have the cow.
Tranquila.
Huh?
Tranquila. Calm the fuck down is what I'm saying. God, see how he talks? You know what?
It's funny. I talk to you. Jesus. Yes, Moxley wins. I don't think we're surprised Moxley wins. It just, I mean, makes sense. Sucks for Darby Allin, but storyline purposes went, hey, we kind of need Mox to win. So, yeah. All right. Mox and Danielson. I'm ready.
Solid. I mean, as far as Grand Slam goes, I mean, it was a damn good show. It was a very
solid show.
Like, I thought it was. I mean, that's just me. I thought it was damn good. It wasn't all over the place or anything like that. Very, very focused on the in ring. A couple of segments sprinkled here and there, but there wasn't. It just didn't feel all over the place like Dynamite can sometimes.
Yes, it was a much better. I don't want to say much better, but what's the word? It was a better Dynamite. It wasn't just like a regular Dynamite. It was a good Dynamite.
Yeah.
And like nothing on this show, I was like, man, I don't want to watch this. But yeah, pretty solid show. I'm not mad at anything that happened. Minus, I thought Willow should go after Mercedes, but that is what it is. But yeah, no, like Danielson and Mox. I'm in for that. That's gonna be a hell of a match.
Yeah, I mean, because
too soon.
No, I mean, with the way that they continue to note on commentary that there's surgeries that Bryan needs that he should have had already, that he's openly saying, this is the stuff that's needing to get fixed sooner than later. It wouldn't surprise me if the 12th is the end here. I mean, I know we've got all these people kind of lining up for the world title, and I know that you pointed out the motivation to possibly retire Bryan Danielson. I mean, no one has really out and out said that. I mean, Mox, it's very clear in his actions that's what he wants to do.
He wants to put him in.
But it is kind of this is what world title program should be. There should be multiple challengers wanting to go after the top dog here, and they're walking these lines very, very well.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited for the match. I think it's gonna be a great match. I really do.
Yeah. I know we got Dynamite or Grand Slam Collision coming up this weekend. Have we seen Mercedes advertised for a Collision at all?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. Does that concern you at all?
No. Not everybody needs to be on every show.
And I can understand that. I think we've got Dynamite Grand Slam this week. We got the 5th year anniversary of Dynamite next week. I'm hoping that they'll have something for her next week, just because these are two big television events. You'd think that there would be something they could have done to just kind of remind people that she's there, or just kind of give us a tease of what's next for her. It's just me.
Yeah, do some plugs, and I will confirm that she's not on the next one.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Remember, follow us at Junkies Pod on X for all things Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. The podcast ad has downloaded the TikTok app. Still hasn't opened it yet, unlike me, who is actually on TikTok. So go give me a follow at EV Cincinnati. We've got After the Empire, the official post show of Coastal Empire Wrestling, breaking down Legends of the Low Country. That is available on our YouTube channel right now. We will be releasing Coastal Countdown tomorrow morning. So you can check out before the show on the 28th. You can check out our coverage of these matches and who's going to walk away with these wins. We give our predictions. I have a one-on-one conversation with Tyler Shoup, who will be competing against Hunter James, and there's some serious CEW heavyweight title implications on the line there. So go give that a watch. We will be back next week. Can you believe it's already October next week, dude?
No. No Mercedes, but I did see a spoiler on who opened the Jack Perry Open Challenge.
No. And thanks, Alex. Appreciate you. Let me know if you go to the E later. And so that's going to do what?
We have other obligations. We are on again tonight.
I know that and I was going to get to that. Thank you very much, but that's not for another 2 hours. Okay.
You didn't plug it. The plug master missed a plug. Shit.
We'll be on Wrestling Spotlight tonight at 9 o'clock. Make sure to download the True TV Plus app. Mm-hmm. It's always good to catch up with Gerald Bentley. It's never a dull moment. We're going to be talking a little bit of Grand Slam. We're going to be talking about our interview with Kevin McElvaney and talking the PWI 500. Our episode of the Wrestling Junkies podcast will also be airing this weekend. Again, make sure to download the True TV Plus app if you want all of the great independent wrestling content out there. Pro South Wrestling, Wrestling Junkies podcast. We got all of our interviews on there. It's an incredible group that we work with to make all of that happen. Anything else? Deputy Plug Master?
Love you.
Or you too. Okay.
And this is just an inside joke between us, but I really want to get it out on the air. What a freaking way for King Chris to come back in the group chat. I mean, oh my God. I missed you so much. We acknowledge you, King Chris. We acknowledge you.
Okay, we have to go.
It was fantastic.
Okay, we have to go home now. That is going to do it for us. We will be back on Monday. Okay. All right.
King Chris.
I mean,
we acknowledge you, and I love you.
I mean, the only response I have to that is double cheeked up on a Thursday night for the podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We'll see you guys on Monday.